Kangu had always thought that a man without a home of his own was incomplete, like a roof without rafters. He had grown up in the shanty rose by the port, sleeping on mats that reeked of kerosene and salt, seeing his father vanish into long hours at the docks. When he married Amina, shy, bright-eyed, quick to smile, he vowed to her that they would not live that way. They would save, brick by brick, until they could have a roof to themselves. If you are new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you are watching from. Amina was from the interior plains, from a village where mango trees protected mud, walled homes and sunset drums summoned neighbors to prayer. She had traveled to the city to study tailoring. Kangu found her in the market where she sold headscarves which she had herself sewn. He adored her patience and the manner in which she wore dignity like an inner crown. They made plans together in hushed tones at night, a shop for her, a cab for him, a kid some day. After years of sharing rooms with relatives, they came upon it, a flat above Mommy Solange's bar. The building predated the tarred road in front of it, its plaster cracked and dry like old parchment, its wooden balconies sagging but unyielding. Music floated up from the bar at night, high life and rumba intertwined with the aroma of palm wine. The rent was 50% less than others charged. Perfect for us, Kangu said, her eyes sparkling. Amina hesitated. Why so low? Mama Solange shrugged, her fat gold bangles jingling. Old house, needs to be loved. Only one rule, no babies. This house, it does not love babies. Kangu dismissed it with laughter. We have no babies yet. They signed on the dotted lines and dragged their belongings up the creaking stairs. The room itself was tiny but cleanable. A single window faced out onto the street, where hawkers cried and buses belched smoke. Another window faced the courtyard, where an ancient mango tree still stood, roots pushing up the cement. They painted the walls pale yellow. A cloth was hung by Amina to separate the sleeping area from the cooking corner. She sewed curtains out of remnants of fabric, blue with white stars. At night, on their mat, they would catch the bar downstairs, laughter, glasses crashing, radio playing ancient Congolese tunes. Occasionally a child in the flat next door would dash down the corridor, but other doors remained closed. It was a building with secrets. Months went by. The city beat was their beat. Kangu drove borrowed cabs during the day, served as a porter at the dock. At night Amina did sewing work, her fingers fast and economical. Their earnings accumulated, and then, without warning, life changed. Amina woke up queasy. Her dresses were tighter. She knew by the third month. She whispered it to Kangu one evening as rain pounded on the roof. He looked at her for a moment, then grinned. A boy, he declared, though he had no evidence. We will call him Emmanuel. They did not inform Mama Solange, but where there is an old building, secrets seep through like water. By the fourth month, the women using the communal tap would look at Amina differently. Children ceased playing by her door. In the staircase she heard one whisper, another one. Another one. That night there came a knock at the door. She was gaunt, shrouded in a tattered blue wrap. Her hair streaked white. I am Kubea, she whispered. I lived here many years ago. Her eyes darted to Amina's belly. No baby comes out of that room alive, she whispered. Amina grew chilled. Why? What occurred? Kubea's voice trembled. I lost 2 children in that flat. Fever, cough, the doctor could not explain. Others too. Mama Solange ought to have locked it up, but she needs rent. She unrolled her wrapper and pulled out a gourd no larger than a fist, wrapped in red string. Put this at the bed. It's only herbs, but perhaps. She did not complete her sentence. Amina accepted it, shivering. When Kangu returned home she informed him. He frowned. These are mere tales. We bought this house. We are not leaving. But afterward, when he believed she was sleeping, she observed him turning the gourd over in his hands, frowning. With the growth of Amina's belly, so grew the tension. She started to pray at night, muttering blessings upon the unborn child. At times she would dream of a dark passage with doors which slammed one after another. At times she would hear a crying baby faintly somewhere down below. Kabea came by frequently with soup and massaging Amina's back with palm oil. She spoke of her own childhood in a village where rivers ran, and houses were blessed before children were born. "Fear is a curse too," she said one evening. "It can creep into the blood. Rain arrived early that year, the roof leaked, Kengu sealed it with tar. Thunder rolled over the city at night. Amina's contractions started before dawn one rainy night." With no midwife in sight, Kengu dashed to Kabea's doorstep. The old woman arrived promptly, kneeling beside Amina on the frayed mat, mumbling prayers between orders. Hours afterward, a scream cut. Through the rain, a boy, Emmanuel. There was light in the flat for a week. Emmanuel's small fists waved, his bright dark eyes. Neighbors looked in, half smiling, half afraid. Mama Solange floated up a pot of soup without saying a word. Kengu cradled his son in the night and said, "You will be strong. You will shatter all curses." And then, on the 7th night, Emmanuel started coughing. Softly at first, a rasp, then deeper, rattling. His skin felt hot to the touch. Amina's hands trembled as she rocked him. Kengu dashed downstairs, pleading with Mama Solange for assistance, but she covered her mouth with a handkerchief. "Get the child out of here," she whispered, "or you will lose him." Kabea returned again, with a bowl of cold water. She glanced at the baby and at Kengu. "Go tonight," she exhorted. "Take him to your sister's house. Do not wait until morning. This house has taken too many." Kengu hesitated. Pride and fear and desperation all struggled in his face. Then he swaddled Emmanuel in a blanket and took Amina's arm. "Come, now." They fled down the stairs into the rain. Kabea stood behind them, holding the gourd, muttering a prayer that she had prayed too late for her own children. The door to the flat creaked shut with a sigh, as if the building itself were exhaling. They splashed through the street puddles, rain wetting their clothing, until they arrived at the bus station. One of the bus drivers noticed Amina's tears and motioned them to board. By morning they arrived at Amina's sister's house in the suburbs. Emmanuel slept, his fever broken. Amina held him, rocking, softly muttering thanks. Kengu sat next to her, head down, his shirt still wet, his pride broken but his heart full. Inside the old building, the apartment above Mama Solange's bar remained vacant once more. The neighbors gossiped about the pair who left in the dead of night. Mama Solange gazed at the shut door, her gold bangles still ringing, wondering if finally the cycle had been interrupted. Kabea sat on the courtyard step beneath the mango tree. She observed children playing, their laughter flying up like birds. She smiled for the first time in years. Maybe Emmanuel's escape had released whatever shadow rested upon the room. Or maybe, she considered, it wasn't a curse at all, but fear itself, inherited from generation to generation like an heirloom. Far off in an arid sunny backyard, Amina sang gently to Emmanuel as he slept. Kengu constructed a new crib out of scraps of wood. Overhead the sky was blue. Behind Mama Solange's bar the house faded into memory, a tale they would recount to their sons some day, of how they evaded a curse and created an alternative future.